Facebook's new scary plan to create an online church. Mark Zuckerberg said years ago that he wanted Facebook to become like a church, a local community that was trusting, provided, and sometimes insulated. And in his way, it was everything people need as their third space from work and home and school was church. In a recent, quite frightening article by the New York Times with this interesting lead image, look, Facebook's at the center of our worship. This idea that we would have an online church that's controlled by Zuckerberg, that his goal of the metaverse, where physical and virtual come together, where churches are entirely online and controlled by Facebook. You've seen what Facebook does when it controls political or cultural data. Do you really want it controlling your church? Do you really want it controlling your pastor? Do you really want everything to be siphoned through what he decides is proper or his group of third-party fact checkers? Many of us, perhaps some of us listening directly, have come to this country for religious freedom. Our ancestors left places where kings and pastors and whatever had become corrupt, and all they wanted was God's true word. Yeah, Facebook Church Online seems really good right now, but you see where he is going. You see his control. Can you trust him to provide you God's pure word in the future or monetize it for his benefit? Let's look to the Psalms. Psalm 26. I love the Lord, the house where you live, O Lord, the place where your glory dwells. Leave Facebook alone for an hour on Sunday morning. Come to church. Come sit in God's house and actually worship him. Leave behind all the stress of work, all the stress of school. Love the place where God's house, where it dwells, where he dwells, and where we are blessed. Where the pastor is not beholden. I am not beholden to the government. It doesn't pay me a cent. I am not beholden to the online curators and fact checkers of the world. Maybe this video will be demonetized. Oh wait, I don't make money on it. So maybe it'll be shadow banned. Maybe it'll be restricted. I really don't care. Because I'm not here for Facebook's pleasure. I'm here for the Lord's work. And the Lord's work is not about me making an empire or a ministry, keithschleiss.com. There is no such thing. But my point is that God's word is about God, his word, his house. And Psalm 26 reminds us, or teaches us for the first time even, that loving God's house, that place of security and sanctuary, that is what we need. Facebook, online church, well, you know where they're going now. They've let the chickens out the barn and they're trying to get them back in. But read that New York Times article. See exactly, according to Zuckerberg and his top lieutenants, where they are trying to go. And then go back to God's word and what he said all along. For your comfort and strength eternally. I love your house, O Lord, where you dwell. Let us come and worship.